File permissions define who can read, write, and execute the files that make up your WordPress site. If these permissions are set incorrectly, hackers can take control of your site, deface your site, redirect or spam your customers, and steal confidential information. In this video, I'll help you understand the basics of file permissions and how to set the right file permissions to keep your website safe. But first, let me quickly welcome you here. My name is Julian, and this channel will help you fix common WordPress issues and also help improve your site performance. So, if you're a website owner, hit that subscribe button and bell icon for weekly helpful videos from WordPress experts. Alright, let's begin the video. Chapter 1. What are file permission numbers? File permissions are a combination of three numbers. From left to right, the numbers are in order of the permissions granted to the type of WordPress user, group, and world. Each number denotes a specific level of permission granted to the corresponding user. 0 means no access. 1 allows them to execute. 2 allows them to write. 4 allows them to read. The rest of the numbers are a combination of 1, 2, and 4. 3 is a combination of 2 plus 1, allowing them to write and execute. 5 is a combination of 4 plus 1, allowing them to read and execute. 6 is a combination of 4 plus 2, allowing them to read and write. 7 is a combination of 4 plus 3, allowing them to read, write, and execute. Now, you don't want all the file permissions to be set to 777 and grant the whole world access to read, write, and execute your files, because hackers can edit your files to redirect your visitors to other sites, launch DDoS attacks, or spam and defraud your customers. Before we move forward, do check out the playlist that I've linked above. It contains the best videos to quickly deal with any kind of hacks. Don't forget to click the save button so you can come back to that playlist if your site has any kind of hack. Coming back to permissions, you can't set everyone's permission to 000 or 444 either. This is because WordPress often requires permissions to execute files or modify them. When you install plugins and themes, they need access to certain files and folders in order for you to be able to use them. If you grant read-only access to everyone, WordPress and many plugins and themes won't be able to function. Such WordPress permission settings will break your WordPress site. So let's now explore the recommended WordPress file permissions. Chapter 2. How to change file permissions. We've taken these recommendations directly from WordPress.org, and I'll link that document below if you want to read more about this topic. To summarize, we need to set the permission number to 755 for the following folders and file: WP admin, WP content, WP content themes, WP content plugins, WP content uploads. Changing your file permissions is relatively simple, but before you proceed, we strongly recommend taking a backup of your WordPress site. Any modifications to the backend of WordPress is risky and can lead to a broken site. You can use our backup plugin BlogVault to take a backup of your site. Over 400,000 sites have had a great experience with BlogVault, and it's a great choice for the full spectrum of small business to Fortune 500 companies. Now, to set permissions, you need to access your WordPress folder and files. You can do this in two ways. Number 1, change WordPress file permissions using cPanel. Step number 1, log into your web hosting account and navigate to the Manage Your Hosting and select cPanel. This process may vary between hosts, so please check with your hosting provider. Step number 2, inside cPanel, select File Manager. Step number 3, open the root folder called public HTML and right-click on the folder to select Change Permissions. You can modify permissions on individual files or select multiple folders and files. Step number 4, select the permissions you want and choose Change Permissions to save your changes. Your file permissions will be changed now. In case you don't have access to cPanel, you can still change your file permissions using FTP, which is File Transfer Protocol. Number 2, change WordPress file permissions using FTP. To use FTP, you need to download an FTP client like FileZilla. Once you have FileZilla installed, we can begin. Step number 1, enter your FTP credentials and establish a connection by selecting Quick Connect. If you don't know your FTP credentials, check the description of this video for a helpful article on how to find that out. Step number 2, files and folders will populate in the panel on the right. Open the public HTML folder. Here, you will find your website's files and folders. Step number 3, right-click on the file or folder you wish to set permissions for and choose File Permissions. Step number 4, here you can change the permissions and select OK to save your changes. And that's it. Your file permissions are changed and have been set correctly. Key insights. If this video has been helpful, please hit that subscribe button and bell icon for more weekly helpful videos from WordPress experts. I'll leave you with one last insight. Correcting permissions for your files is a step in the right direction in securing your WordPress website. But hackers have 1,000 other tricks to break into your site. Your site can be suffering from redirect hacks, spam link injection, site suspension, Asian keyword hack, and many other issues. So, to get proper and complete protection against hackers, you need a reliable WordPress security plugin. Once activated, it will scan and monitor your website's activity regularly. It can also proactively detect suspicious behavior and block hackers before they can access your site. We recommend Malcare for the same because it was the winner when we compared it with the top 4 security plugins, which I'll link here for you to watch next. Lastly, if you're still stuck somewhere, please comment below and I'll help you out. That's all for today. This is Julian, your friendly neighborhood geek, and I will see you again next week.